I love Skyrim. There is something so special about it. This feeling that no other game has really replicated. If you've played the game before, you know the feeling. The game seems to just have this magical aura that enthralls those who play it. It will never truly leave your mind, because you'll always think back to the memories you have in this world. It'll be one of your favorite games for the rest of your life. At least, that's what happened to me. The first thing that I noticed about the game was how big the world is. How much stuff there really was. Skyrim might have been the first true open world game that I ever played. And it showed because I had no idea how to play. I didn't know how to approach a game this vast. There were so many little icons on my compass, and you're telling me each one of them is a unique location, a city, a giant, or something else interesting? After the opening mission when you're first set free into the world, I remember thinking, I'm gonna go to every single one of these waypoints before continuing with the main quest. And I could have done that, but eventually realized just how long that would take, because you are constantly discovering new points of interest in every direction. The world just seemed so dense and immense. Even after playing for dozens of hours, there were still major cities that I had never been to, corners of the map left unexplored. So then when I finally do reach these cities, it was so exciting to me, but also pleasantly surprising, that there is somehow still more content in the game that I hadn't found yet. Like the town of Riften, hidden in the southeastern corner of the map. I didn't come here for at least 50 hours, and then I found out the town has an entire faction questline for me to do with the Thieves Guild. Everything felt so natural. You never really get locked into any quest. You're still free to explore the world at your own pace. Go wherever you want, whenever you want. You're truly on your own adventure, and doing all of these quests along the way whenever it's convenient for you. There is no constant stopping and starting after each quest. The Dragonborn's adventure feels like one big journey instead of a bunch of little ones. The world keeps moving with or without you. Everybody has their own thing going on. Whether they're working at the sawmill, fearing the dragons overhead, or engaging in the Civil War. These little bits of liveliness make it really easy to get fully immersed in the game, as if you've stepped into a living and breathing world. Every day I would hop on Skyrim and choose a random side quest from my massive list. I would completely ignore the main quest and just do anything else. I would go to the miscellaneous section and do the one that said, talk to this guy, because I knew it would lead to something cool. A new cave to explore, a castle to raid, treasure to find. It didn't matter what I was doing, just being in this world was enjoyable. One of my favorite side quests was in the Dragonborn DLC, where you can find a treasure map which points to 4 different locations. Each one has a chest with one piece of a really strong set of armor. Then at the end you get a key to a dungeon where you fight the pirate captain who buried that treasure, and he summons the rest of his crew to fight alongside him. That was really exciting. The armor was a really good reward, and all of that was totally optional. I loved doing the side quests because you're constantly getting experiences like that. I was never worried about finishing any specific task, or when I was going to fight Elduin. I was enjoying taking my time. I'm not exactly sure how good the game looks by default, because I've always played with some graphical mods turned on, but oh my god is this game beautiful. Of course, the graphics aren't the best nowadays, it's a game from 2011, but even so, hyper-realistic graphics don't necessarily make a game look better. Skyrim is still one of the most beautiful games I've ever played. I'm always thinking about the stunning forests, the snowy mountains, the flowery plains. Each location just looks so damn good. I always think about the skyboxes in the game. I love a good skybox. Looking at the aurora in the sky at night is one of the most memorable sights in gaming for me. The map is also full of fun little things. Flowers and plants you can collect, butterflies and other bugs to pick up. I never actually ended up doing anything with these butterflies I collected, but it was fun. And the actual world map itself looks great too. It's so 3D, it has some moving parts. If you kill a dragon and then open the map, you can actually see the glow from the dragon. All of these things make the world so exciting to explore. Everything is so pretty, which makes exploring a really fun time. It makes you want to walk from place to place instead of fast traveling. 1, because who knows what you might find, but 2, the sights along the way make every journey feel like an adventure. You can pretend you're taking a walk in nature without having to actually leave your house. The art direction makes the world feel really cohesive and lived in, not just by the humans and elves and whatnot, but all the other creatures too. I can't believe I've gone this long without mentioning it, but Skyrim is broken as hell. The game has so many bugs, things just don't work as you'd expect them to. There's a lot of jank and something is always broken. But honestly, I don't care. The jank is always so much fun. As long as it doesn't make my game crash, I think it's funny. Nobody takes the actual path to their destination because it's way more fun to just make your horse clip through the mountain and go straight over it. If you play the game over 60 frames a second, the physics engine completely shits the bed. Nothing works as intended. It makes the opening of the game look like this. One time recently when I tried to replay, I got stuck at this drawbridge because anytime my companion or I tried to cross the bridge, we would get launched into the air. Another time I got stuck in an ancient Dwemer dungeon because the door just wouldn't open. To get out of this one, I had to use the console to teleport myself outside and to take the quest off my journal manually because I couldn't actually reach the end. The game also just operates weirdly. It plays by its own bizarre rules. When you get killed by a giant, you're launched into the stratosphere. And going back to horses, did you know they can be a witness to crime? Now, as a seasoned veteran, I know the best way to steal from a shop without getting caught is to just place a basket over the vendor's head. If they can't see you take the item, you can't get in trouble. And the thing about all of the jank is that I love it. It's funny and endearing, and it's part of the game's special charm. I know that a lot of people won't agree with me. They might think the bugs are annoying and stupid, and indicators of a bad game. But to me, personally, Skyrim is one of those games that are just completely exempt from criticism, you know what I mean? Everybody has some games like that. Games where you know there are genuine flaws, but you just don't care. In your eyes, that game is still perfect no matter what, and you can overlook any faults. Of course, we have to talk about mods as well. They're kinda mandatory honestly, and I've never played without them. A lot of them are general fixes to the game, making it a better experience overall. There are also a ton of graphical overhauls for just about anything. I don't like the default UI, so I've always played with the SkyUI mod, which presents you with a lot more information about the items in your inventory. To me, the horse whistle mod is essential. Being able to call that guy from wherever I want is so helpful. Mods can be a bit daunting to get into if you just want to play the game, but once you've got everything set up, it is so easy to install new ones. Just a few clicks and you can add anything you want. The modding community have turned this great game into an even better one, and there really is a mod for everything. For example, I didn't like turning into a vampire lord, because I couldn't interact with levers or use potions, which was a pain in the ass, so I downloaded the use levers as vampire mod. I also felt like all my magic was a bit weak and I wanted it to be stronger, so I just downloaded a mod to make it more powerful. And I did the same thing with my Fus Rodar. Some may call that cheating, but who cares? It's my game. I can do whatever I want. Once you've built up your own list of mods that you've downloaded, it can make your save feel a lot more personal. You can make the experience your own, unique to you. Speaking of cheating, whenever my horse would die, I would just use the console to resurrect it. Maybe I'm too lazy to get a new one, or maybe I'm a little attached to my buddy now. Sometimes I would do the same thing if an NPC died, just resurrect them. When I'm selling all of my junk to a merchant and they run out of money to buy my stuff, I'm opening up the console and giving them more money so they can keep buying my stuff. It's just a little quality of life thing, so I don't have to walk to another shop and sell everything else there. In my eyes, I was never cheating. I never gave myself a boatload of cash or a super powerful weapon. I was just making things more convenient. I was playing by my own rules, which seemed fair to me and didn't ruin my experience. In fact, it probably enhanced my experience. In the near decade since I started my first playthrough, I've never quite had the same experience. Sure, every year or two I pick up some version of the game on some platform, just like everybody else, and I say, you know what, I'm gonna start a new Skyrim save. I prepare to embark on a huge 100+ hour adventure. I make sure I've got all the mods I want, make myself a nice looking character, and once again I ride that wagon to the chopping block. But it never lasts. I don't think I've ever actually made it past the first climb to High Hrothgar. Why is that? Is it one of those experiences that are so special to me because I played it at the perfect time? If I played Skyrim for the first time right now, would I enjoy it as much? It might be a mixture of good timing and nostalgia. These memories I have may be something that I won't ever be able to replicate. And to be honest, I'm keeping my expectations low for The Elder Scrolls 6, based on Bethesda's recent track record for open-world RPGs. But I would love to be pleasantly surprised. The truth is, I might never be able to play Skyrim again and have it live up to the heights of my first time. But that's okay. The game gave me an unforgettable experience that I can still rant about in a YouTube video years later. Even if I never replay it, those memories can last a lifetime. Skyrim, you will always have a special place in my heart. Hey you're finally awake. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and sub to the channel to see more videos in the future. If you want to support me, the link to my Patreon is in the description and on screen. Thank you to my patrons, Liam Blackford, Rian, and Vmon for supporting the channel. Thanks for watching. Okay, so does anybody know what an Elder Scroll actually is?